Welcome back to another hopefully quick video. We're going to create this kind of Airbnb little card, and you can see the little, indicators, like index indicators, I guess. And I saw that and I thought, wow, this could be made with like a tab view. So we're going to make a swipeable card view in Xcode. So let's go ahead and create a new project, and we will go iOS, and we'll call this something like Airbnb card. No, row. It's like a row in a list. We'll just call it Airbnb row. And put that in our tutorials and create that. So I'm just gonna, double tap up here, get our window resized, and something like this. And before we do too much, I need some images, and I just went to Airbnb's website to grab some images, and then I just labeled them, image 1 through 4. So I'll just grab these from my Finder and drop them in there. So a couple random images I grabbed from their website, and just call them image 1 through 4, and we're going to use image resource to just use these in the assets, so we don't have to use like strings or something like that. So go back to content view, I'll go command 0, make a little more room here, and clean up this code a touch, like so. And we have this whole phone. We don't need to see the whole phone. We're just going to focus on this card. So for our preview, I'm going to go ahead and open parentheses, and we're going to write out traits, and I'm going to go dot size that fits, and that will make it so we can just focus on, well, if you tap this here. So if you're down here at the bottom in the preview, if you're like in the live mode, it goes to the full phone. But if you hover over this one, the selectable, then it's you can actually just preview just the UI you're working on. So that's pretty handy. But before we start doing too much with the UI, we actually are going to not hard code everything in. We're going to make a little bit of a model. I spaced there for a second, sorry. So we're just going to create a generic struct, and we're going to call it rental listing. And yeah, it's not going to be very fancy. Like I said, really basic. We'll just create a couple properties in here, like let, and they'll all be constants. We're going to go location, string sounds good, and then we're going to go let distance. I want to go distance, but I don't want to do, let's see, distance in miles. And yeah, double should be good for that. Or I don't know. I don't think we're going to use like point of a mile. I think we can use an int. We're going to go let, and we're going to go date, range, and that is going to be, we're just going to make it a string. And then we're going to go price. I'm going to let price. And we're going to set the price to a double, because maybe it would have, I guess over here it's not a double, it's just an int. Anyway, it could have since. I don't know what a typical, Airbnb goes for. So we'll go double, and then we're going to create another one for rating, like so. And I think we could set that as a double as well, because we have like 5.5, or fits 3. Anyway, we'll set that, and let's see, we got number of nights, go let. See, number of nights. I think we needed that. So I did code this up earlier. really quick, and I post on LinkedIn, and I'm just kind of referencing that I did earlier. So I'll do that, and then we're also going to create a constant for images, and this is where we're going to use an array of image resource. So just an image resource, which is what we have in our assets, and it's really nice to use that. So with that done, we're just going to go ahead and create a constant down here in the random, out in the open kind of. But this will just be an example listing. And we're going to assign it rental listing, and going to get all that. And for the location, we'll clean this up a little bit. I think there's a shortcut actually to make this faster, but if I just go here and go delete, go to like the price, delete, enter, go to rating, delete, enter, number of nights, delete, enter. You don't have to do this, it just makes it a little more readable, I think, when we're working with stuff here. So and we could make it even better by just doing that, and then I'll select all of it and Control I. All right, that makes it much more readable for our sample data. So for the string, we're going to put it in index Washington, which I've driven through before, and I've seen lots of photos, and it just looks like a pretty place if you're into like forests and mountains and stuff. But yeah, index Washington, we'll put it at like 72. Doesn't really matter what you put there. For the date range, we'll just go June 26. Actually, we probably should put like June 9th through. I was thinking like WWDC is coming up, so yeah, that'd be interesting. For the price, we'll put 4487.0, and for the rating, we'll do something like, we did a double, so we could do, what is it, 4.93 here over here on the image. Number of nights, 5 nights. Put 5, and then for our image array, we'll just open that, and then we'll go dot image, and we get image 1 and dot image 2, and you can see it's really nice. Instead of using like a string, we can just go access our images right from assets, which is pretty cool. We can do this with colors too, I think, and images and colors and stuff like that. But now we've got all the data that this is going to need, and now we can start building out our user interface. So let's get started doing that. Scroll back up here. I like that we already have a VStack, and then an image. Let's go enter. And I think on the VStack, we're going to change it a little bit here. We're going to set an alignment on it because we want everything aligned to the leading side. As you can see, we see all this, everything but here, but I mean, that'll be a spacer with an H stack. And a spacer, that's what I said. Yeah, so we'll go dot leading, so looks better already. And then we're going to get rid of this image, and we're going to replace it with TabView, like so. And then inside the TabView, obviously it's not looking good right now, but inside the TabView, we'll use an image, and we're just going to go like that really quick, and then I'm going to click on the image and go repeat. And then in here, we're going to go example listings dot images. Oh, did I just do image, not images? I think that should be images. Anyway. Oh, now I gotta go fix this too. Yeah. images. All right, fixed it up a little bit. And then we're going to replace item here with image. So for each individual image, we'll just pass it into our image right here. And preview's updating. Something's not quite working. For each resource conformed to identifiable. Okay, yeah, we can fix that by just going ID, backtick, dot self. All right, that should fix that issue, or is it backtick.self? Like so. Command S, Command V, Command or Option Command P, update our preview. Let's see what we get. There we go. So the images, it's not quite right at the moment. We want to do a few things like make our image resizable. We're going to go resizable, refreshable, no, resizable. There we go. And then we also want to kind of constrain it or set a little bit of an aspect ratio so we're not getting this stretchy effect. I don't know what affinity is there. We're not going to do that. We're going to go fill like that. And that's looking less stretchy. Yeah. We're going to change a few things here. So on our for each, we are going to leave that as is, but on our tab view, we're going to do some constraints here so it's not taking up this whole space. Also, if I go to preview to live mode, nope, it's not working. Oh, because I need to add, I was like, see, you could just drag and it works. No, it doesn't. We need to add on our tab view, we need to do a couple things. So we're going to go dot tab style, and we're going to go dot page. And now you see we got our little dots down here, and we can go just it looks so beautiful. We want to modify it a little bit more, such as kind of constrain the height of this a little bit. So we're going to go height, and we're going to set, I don't know why, sometimes I should pay attention to my auto accepting, but we're going to set it to 320. There we go. And now, I mean, look at that. It's so close already. I mean, it's getting there, but not quite. So after that, we can go ahead and give it a clip shape, because clip shape, nope, clip, like so, shape. And we'll just give it a rectangle with a corner radius, corner, that's a path. Maybe it's a rounded, is it just rectangle? Rectangle. ROUND, rounded rectangle. Sorry about that. Corner radius, and then the corner radius 12 maybe. I don't know if that's too much or not enough, but there we go. Now it's starting to look, got these kind of rounded corners. Let me know if everyone's liking these long-winded videos. I've been lazy and didn't want to edit because it's like I should focus more on code. Because I'm doing this kind of stuff because I'm like, I need to code more and not work on editing videos or making graphics. I need to be like making apps and working on code and just coding. So hopefully I'll get faster and better at these and explain things in more detail, but do let me know if this is working. So this is looking pretty good. I do want to add a heart here. So we're going to go ahead and do an overlay. Can't make a SwiftUI video without an overlay. I don't think I've done, since I started uploading again, a video without overlays, but I think they're useful. We're going to also set the alignment here, and it's going to be the .top trailing, and then we're just going to create a button here. We're going to go button, and this button is going to be action label. I don't know, let me know in the comments what kind of buttons you like, but I like this format of button. There's a couple other ways you can do it, but I'm not going to do anything here. But yeah, I think this is pretty useful. So we're going to go image, we're going to go system, and then we're going to go Command-Shift-L to bring up the library, and we're going to go grab a heart here. You can see it's right here in the corner. It doesn't look great. We're going to go like that, just so we can focus in on our what we're working on instead of this all stretched out view, and we'll preview it out in a second. Let's clean up this line. So we got the heart, it's blue and it's all the way up there, which is no good. We want to change a couple things like the font, and we want to go for the font, we want to do dot title, oops, open parenthesis, dot title, and then we want to set the weight here, and the weight we want to set to dot weight, sorry, I didn't do that, dot semi-bold. Makes it a little thicker, makes it, I don't know, this maybe not as thick as this, not exact, but close enough. And let's see, we want to give it a dot foreground style, oops, foreground style of dot white. Looks a little better. Of course here it looks maybe a little gray, so I don't know. I'll give it a little bit of a opacity. That looks fine. And then we want to give it a little bit of padding as well, because I don't want it sitting right up on the corner there. Do that, and yeah, maybe that's fine. I don't know. You could modify the padding a little bit if you're thinking maybe that's too much, but there you go, you got a button. So that's looking pretty good. That's our tab view on our overlay. Let's scroll down here to our stacks here, or we're going to turn into stacks, because we need this to be a V stack, and we need this to be an H stack. So if I go here and I just escape, if I just go control click and we go H stack, and then in here I just control click and we go V stack, that'll look pretty good, I think, right? VH, yep. And so then here I can just put a spacer like so, and on the other end of the spacer we're going to go ahead and just use a label like this, and we want to configure it with the title key and system image. And the title key, is that rating a string? Rating was a number, so we are going to make it a string, do some string interpolation, and we're going to go example listing dot rating, and that should get us rating over there. We'll get an image here. Oh, that has lots of digits. So give it a bit of a format here. If we go rating dot formatted, then we can go here and go dot number. Let's see what that does. All right, 4.93. That looks a lot better. Don't know what kind of numbers you get back from a server. Maybe they would be more exact. Maybe it would be some long. No, that's 4.93. Yeah. Anyway, play around with formatting can definitely help out. And then for our system image, we just want a star. So Command-Shift-L, and we're going to go star.fill. And yeah, I think that's looking pretty close. So for our hello world, doesn't look quite right. Well, a couple reasons why, but first off, it's the wrong thing. So we're going to go example listing dot location, and that's looking better there, but also want to give it a little bit of modification. So we're going to use think a font headline, dot headline. Gives it a little bit, makes it a little more bold, perhaps a touch bigger. That's looking pretty good. And now we can just grab this, copy it. I didn't really need to copy the font actually, because we're not gonna do much there. We're just gonna go dot foreground style, and here I'll just set it to secondary. There we go. It does have an indent though. So we've got, if you look at this whole box, this is kind of handy. When we're in this mode, I can select different areas and we can select the associated code. But if you select this H stack, you got index Washington and then index Washington, but this is indented a bit. So one thing, actually I think you can click on here. Maybe you can't, maybe go here. I haven't done this kind of thing for a while, but I thought you could modify alignment. So I just go here. Oh, that's for top. That's not what I want. So we'll go undo. If I select our V stack only and set our alignment, maybe. Yep, it fixed it and it added the code. That could be handy. I don't know. It's there if you want it. Now we don't want to use location here. We want to use miles. So we will do example date, not date range, distance, and then that's obviously going to be a number, and we also want to add our own little words to it. So we're going to put this again in string interpolation, backslash. Paste that in there, space, and then we're gonna go, I could go 5 miles, but I also remembered we actually set this up. So I could go do that again and go example listing.nights, number of nights. So now we've got, oh wait, why am I putting, that's not what I wanted. All right, we'll just copy this because we'll use this in the next one. Paste that there. Get rid of that. Well, we'll leave that for now. Get rid of this. And then here, I was thinking the wrong thing. 39 miles away, we're going to go, we got 72, and there we go, miles away. All right, that looks pretty good. Now here, we don't want distance, we want the date. So here we'll go date range, which is good. I'll get rid of that, and I think I can actually get rid of our string interpolation, because that actually was a string anyway. So, oops, like that, and that should look good. And then I can go copy, paste, and then for this one, this is where we're going to put the price and then the how many nights. So for the price here, we're going to do some string interpolation. I'm just going to go Command X. We're going to make this a string. We're going to go backtick. Oops. I'm going to go Shift when you go. Open close parenthesis, and then here we'll put in that, and then we're going to look at the price. So we're going to go price, and then it's going to give us this big number, and then I'm going to go space, and we're going to go for, and then we're going to use string interpolation again for example. Instead of date range, it's going to be number of nights, so 5, and then I'm just going to put in nights like that, and that looks vaguely similar, but our price isn't formatted properly and it's not bold and underlined. So the way to fix that, or the way that I'm going to fix that, is I'm actually going to take this example price and I'm going to go Command X, and I'm going to put another text view inside this text view, and we're going to go example price. Oh, actually I'm going to undo that because if I do this, I think we can use a little bit of a different initializer. Actually, I will put that in there, example price, but we'll put a comma, and then we can specify a format. I'll just go tab, and then it automatically added currency. Wait a minute, what did I do wrong? This is probably getting a little bit too much in here. What did I do? Oh, I think I'm just missing. Maybe. I got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No? What did I do? Currency. Oh, I didn't put the code. So currency code is like, if I put UK, I think. No? Maybe it's a different one. But if I put USD for US dollar, it puts the dollar sign there. And then it formatted it nicely for us. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. It does have the zeros on it, so maybe, let's see, is there like a currency short one? Nah, oh, that's fine. All right, but it still blends in too much, like this one stands out. So what we'll do, since this is a text view here, I've embedding all these too much. I feel like I'm getting too many closing braces. We've got 1, 2, 3. There's our text view. There's the end of our text view. So here, we'll just go ahead and add some modifiers like dot foreground. It's not doing it right. It's this one. Yep, that's one. Dot foreground style. Dot primary. All right, so now it's looking a little better. And we also want to go dot underline and enter, or tab to accept that. And then we should get an underline here, maybe. Oh, primary needed to be closed. And then that needs to be closed. All right, so that's looking a little better. If I go here, you can see, if I go here, you can see the whole thing. Just unclick off all that. So that looks pretty decent there. Maybe I'd even give it like a semi-bold font. But I wonder, because this to me is looking a bit messy. So, oops. If we could, where's the last one? This is what I'm saying. It's like braces, braces, braces. Foreground, underline. I think that's it. So if I could take this, cut this out, and make it a var property. Oops. Var, we'll call it price text, and then assign it that. And then we have an issue here, but now I can just type in price text. Did I do price wrong? No. Copy. No, yeah, I think I did. Copy, paste, price text. And then let's see, closure returns price text before it's declared. Where is this at? Oh, in the H stack. Let's go out here, Command X. I don't want to do it there. I would want to do it outside of our property here. Paste that in there. Command S, Command B, Option Command P. Let it rebuild, and voila. So, and there we go. We've got a price text property here and our main body property there. And then with this, I could actually just example price. I think I could actually just go enter, and actually just kind of clean this up so this is more readable. And then when we're inside here and we go to our price text, I think this is more readable. We don't have like parentheses everywhere. Anywho, that's one way to kind of like put text views into other text views and do some formatting. Yeah, I think that's everything. So let's go to our live view, hit this, kind of get things centered. And now we can just swipe through our images of this little tree house, which looks pretty cool. And then we got, oh, this isn't good. This here is like centered, and I don't like that. So if we go here again, and it's our H stack. So for our H stack, let's change the alignment to dot top. There, that fixes that problem. All right, now that I think matches up over here. And of course it looks good in light mode. It also looks good in dark mode. So hopefully this was not too rambly. I'm gonna go Command A, Control I, get everything formatted, and you can see in about, under 80 lines of code, we can get, some custom previews with traits and some, I think a pretty good looking card. So, anywho, I'll stop rambling. Hopefully you like these videos. I will try to start adding more complex topics into these videos, not just simple views. And yeah, let me know if I'm explaining things well enough, or if I need to do a better job, or pick it up a notch. I haven't timed. I'm just doing this with Command Shift 5 QuickTime, so I don't have like a timer of how long these are recorded. But anywho, hopefully this is helpful. I'm going to stop talking now. I'll try to get another video out. I'm going to try to keep on uploading from now until and up through Worldwide Developer Conference. So that'll be like live or beta stuff. But yeah, anywho, ta-ta for now.